welcome back to Creep It Weird. I am one half of the dynamic duo, Miss Natty, and with me is the other half,
Miss Liz.
all right. So thank you for joining us. We have had this conversation. I don't know if you guys listened to Ouch Was That a Ghost over there, Liz's show, but I can't remember if it was the last episode here or over there. You had mentioned a certain topic you wanted to bring up. So it is my turn to bring the goods, and I'm going to let you guess as we go. I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag quite yet.
Okay, I mentioned this topic.
Yep.
Okay, I don't remember what I had for breakfast, so
You mentioned the genre. You'll figure it out.
was it aliens? No,
Possible.
it wasn't aliens.
Oh, but was it?
It was either conspiracy or aliens. I forget what we even. Okay, just go. We'll see. We'll see where it goes.
No, so what I was going to tell you earlier is so I got this message. He was like, "Do you want to beatbox and chill?" And I'm over here thinking, "Boof, boof, whatever." Sorry, that was like the worst beatbox in the world, uh, in the history of man. But I was like, "Why would we beatbox?" Well, apparently there's a beverage of adult variety that's called a beatbox.
A beat?
It's like 11% alcohol volume.
Does it have beets in it? Because that would be gross. That's one of my.
No. We have two different flavors to try, so we're gonna give them a shot.
Are we gonna have problems today? You're
I
probably
think
bringing
we
a.
are. You're freezing off and on.
Yeah, this is gonna. You're not bringing a haunting. This isn't a Ouija board
No, this is not.
episode.
This is not a
Okay.
haunting. No haunting. I leave the haunts for you. That is your territory. Monsters are mine. Hauntings are yours.
Oh, go ahead. No, you finish what you were
Go
going to say.
ahead.
Then I had something to say after.
Man, this really doesn't like you today.
I don't know what's going on. Well, I might. Okay.
You didn't bring a haunt, did you?
No, so I wanted to try dowsing rods and it came with one of the pendulums and that pendulum worked too good. I did it for the first time ever and it just was like, it was like
Oh,
answering questions. So I am all set. Bring it home. But the dowsing rods, I, those things blow my mind.
yeah. You don't even have to speak the question out loud.
Well, I was doing it because I wanted to see it with somebody else to know I'm not going crazy when it's doing it. And it was just, you give it clear instructions, do
Yep.
this, go in for yes, out for no, reset, going straight out, you tell it, and it's just flying around. And I'm not moving my hands. That is the freakiest thing.
Yep. It's pretty crazy. Like, the first time I used them was at an event. I was at Ashmore Estates in Illinois.
Oh my
And we
gosh.
used them there. They had a whole bunch of different equipment to try out. That's where I came up with a lot of the ideas that I had and some really cool equipment I'd love to get my hands on. Go donate or go sign up for the Patreon because that'd be great. Um, but they blew my mind, and I've been wanting to get a set. Apparently, though, they might work too well because now we've got Miss Liz over here bringing the glitchy internet this time. It's not me this time.
Yeah, but I'll sage it all tonight. I shouldn't be playing with this stuff, and I did, and that's why I'm saying it might actually be me this time because I shouldn't have done it. But I did. And I'd do it again.
Yeah, well, I just saged. We were having doors open and closed, lights flickering off and on. My cabinet doors were opening on their own. So we went ahead and saged the place. So it is not me this time. When in doubt, sage it out.
That's right. No, I'll definitely do that tonight.
If you're good, we'll go ahead and get in here. If it gets too glitchy, we can try to figure something out, but we'll go ahead and try to just dive in and get it out of the way before our internet completely dies on you. This event takes place in the summer of 1964. Just off the southern coast of Scotland, snuggled up between Galloway, England, and Dumfries, is Solway Firth.
Okay.
Still nothing? Not yet?
Between England and Scotland, you said?
Yep.
Should I
Okay,
know this?
you
Go ahead.
should.
Okay.
On May 23rd, a hardworking fireman and family man, Jim Templeton, his 5-year-old daughter Elizabeth, and wife Annie were out for an afternoon walk just 8 miles from their family home. While his daughter was sitting on the hillside, Jim snapped a few pictures to add to the family album with his 35 millimeter SLR camera. To the family's surprise, there was an outstanding anomaly on the photos after they were developed. In a 3 burst shot, The beginning and end photos appeared completely normal. However, that middle photo was anything but. When you look at this photo, you see a kind of cute little girl with a bob haircut holding a bouquet of white flowers. But behind that adorable little smirk, a strange man is shown in the background wearing what seems to be a white spacesuit. It looks like an astronaut suit. You still don't know what I'm talking about?
It's alien, but I don't
This
know
is
what case.
Solway Firth Spaceman.
What is it?
Have you not seen the photo?
No. I
Oh my
told you
gosh.
I know nothing about aliens except for what you have, the knowledge you have bestowed upon me.
I swear we've talked about this before. All right. I am going right now to send you this photo via text
Okay.
so that you can see what we're talking about. This is the zoomed in version. And I will try to post this in the social media if I can remember to do so. All right. So the first picture is zoomed in. The second one is it zoomed out. So again, he took 3 burst photos, like boom, 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 with his camera. Picture 1 and 3 were fine. The middle one is the photo I just sent you. When he took this photo, there was no man. Now,
This looks like an old Twilight episode or something.
yes. So it appeared to be a tight fitting humanoid shape that was quite fit. If you can look at the photos, he looks a little buff. He seems to have in his right hand on his hip, have his right hand on his hip, and he's kind of looking off in the distance. The man also looks like he's wearing a helmet that looks like a visor. And the man was dubbed the Solway Spaceman when the photo was released to the Cumberland News front page of the paper. The family noted that when the photos were taken, there was supposedly no one around that could have been a regular person photobombing. There was no one. Not only that, Jim claims that his wife was sitting behind him at the time the photo was taken. So the wife was not in the photo. It's not her. She was behind him while he was taking the photo. The closest people to the picnic area were 2 little old ladies who were knitting while sitting in their vehicle about 300 or 400 yards away. Since the man appeared out of nowhere and couldn't be explained, Jim took the photo to.
And he didn't see this man behind his daughter?
There was no man. When he took the photo, there was no man. Yeah, so it was just his daughter. There was no man whenever he took the photo. So when he got it developed, he was very surprised that there was a man in the photo because there was no one around.
All right.
But since he appeared out of nowhere and he couldn't be explained, he took the photo to the police station to report the oddity. However, the police looked into the photograph and decided there wasn't anything suspicious and told Jim that they couldn't help him. After the police were no help to Jim, he took the picture to Kodak themselves since it was their film used to get the photo. Kodak then validated, investigated, and tested the photo, but even they couldn't find any suspicious tampering or any Photoshop of any nature.
See, I would like to be all about Kodak, but we just did the fairies on Ouch last week, and they verified those photos too. So they don't hold as much credibility as they did last week.
Just wait. You'll see where Kodak goes a step further. In this one, they go a step further. So according to the chief superintendent, Oldcorn, very dismissively said that the photo was just, quote, one of those things, a freak picture, end quote. Like he was even saying, well, this is freaking weird. Where Kodak steps up their game.
A freak picture of a whole human?
Yes. So then Kodak put up a $1 million reward for anyone who could explain how something could have been done to the photo to prove what had happened. So they didn't just say, oh, the photo's good. No, they were like, I can't figure this out. We will give $1 million to whoever can figure out how they faked this photo or what's going on with it. So I got to give them a little credit here.
Yeah.
So then a nighttime TV magazine out of Britain called The One Show also attempted to recreate the photo during an episode released on November 30th of 2017. They used the same model of 35 millimeter still camera. The f/16 aperture settings Jim used were also applied to the camera in this instance. A crew was sent out to the same location in Birch Marsh. However, the best that they could do was a washed out sky shot that created the rest of the photo to be exceptionally blurry. Not only that, the girl's dress came out very discolored along with the background when they tried to recreate it. So, whenever they were trying to get that white person in the background, it distorted everything around the photo. But in the original photo, all the color and everything is good. The dress is clear and crystal clear. Everything's good. It's just this rando dude behind her. Specialists from Kodak even worked closely with the Carlisle Police Forensic Lab, and they also could not create the same effect. Later, when Jim received the film he had sent off for testing, some of the negatives were mysteriously missing. So someone took the negatives out of his stack when he went to get them after it was developed.
Yeah, probably trying to get that $1 million from Kodak.
Yeah, well, my thing is or covering up some alien activity.
We'll bring this home, we'll figure it out, and we'll make some money.
Yeah. Well, my thing is the government might have stepped in and been like, we don't want everybody to see this, and they took it.
Oh, I gotcha. I went the other way
Yeah.
in my brain.
I thought you were supposed to be on board with this year.
I am. I'm just trying to figure out how they did this. Because this.
So after they took it out, the photo exploded with attention. So to this day, no one has been able to claim that $1 million prize, and it has been over 50 years since the photo was developed.
Is it still up for grabs? And are you free this weekend on a project that we're going to work on?
I believe it is still up for grabs to the best of my knowledge. I don't know if they would withhold it, especially with all the technology that we have now. It'd be hard to prove that somebody's quote unquote proof was actual proof. With all the AI and everything, I find it hard that they would be able to prove it.
Yeah, they're throwing AI all over the place so people can't tell what's real and what's fake.
The story was covered by the Daily Mail, Express, and then even crossed international borders. The Berg Marsh, where the picture was taken, suddenly became swarming grounds for ufologists in search of the mysterious man. Jim and his family also started getting unsolicited phone calls at all hours of the day, as well as random visits from spiritualists and the normal run-of-the-mill crazies at their residence, trying to get them to answer questions and give more details. Among these visitors were two men that stopped by. This is where it's going to get a little crazy. So two men stopped by his work at Carlisle City Fire Brigade. They were tall, rocking black suits and bowler hats, and were being ushered around in a black limousine.
Did they bring their children, the black-eyed children?
To the best of my knowledge, there's no black-eyed children. However, their personalities came across as a bit snooty and standoffish. Another odd thing was that they referred to each other as number 9 and number 11 instead of actual human names.
Ew.
And this description made Jim realize that they were probably the well-known Men in Black. Can you imagine Men in Black just showing up to your work, just rolling up in a black limousine?
What do you do? Because they know everything about you. Where are you going to go?
Yep. So Jim agreed to take the men to the exact location where the photo was taken. For the entire drive, the men rapid-fired random questions about the weather to animal behavior on the day the photo was taken. But when they arrived, even after being berated by the two men, Jim explained that he had not seen the man who appeared in the photo, but just noticed him after the film was developed. The men then started hounding Jim where he saw the second spaceman, as if they refused to believe him when he said he only caught one man in the photograph and he did not see any other men. This angered the men, and they left his ass stranded there in the marsh to find his way home, which was 6 miles from his place of employment.
Oh, that's a dick move.
Yeah. And one of the theories behind behind the girl, was that it was not a girl at all. They believe that it was not a man at all. They believed it was the wife, Annie, who had been caught walking behind the daughter, and the overexposure caused her obviously blue dress in other pictures that day to appear to be white, which I think is bullshit.
But the photo does sort of look like somebody's back. Not necessarily the mother's, but it looks like it
Yes,
could
it's
be
the
the
backside. Yeah,
back of
it caught the
somebody.
backside. So to me, we'll get into it.
Oh, I thought at first you were saying that was the front, like the front of his
Oh, no,
helmet.
no, no. It's not the front.
Okay.
So for me, the same people also theorized that Annie was wearing a hat that may have ended up looking like a helmet in the capture of the movement. But to me, there's a few issues with this idea. For starters, many people attempted to use the same model of camera to create the same effect, no avail. They focused on trying to duplicate the color change in the supposed blue and white dress, keeping everything around it the original shades, paying close attention to the vibrant blue sky and definitive clouds. So when they would try to change her dress color to match the color of the Solway Spaceman, it would distort the entire picture because they couldn't isolate just her dress to make it look the way it did. So there's a problem with their theory saying it was the
Mm-hmm.
wife. But my personal confusion was based around the clothing and shape of the flashing fiend. The person in the photo appears to be prominently masculine in stature, whereas Annie was clearly a little petite woman. Like she was thin, she was small, she was not bulky like the man. I mean, this is a tight fitting outfit and you can see the muscles.
Yeah, those arms. I mean, I guess a female could get to that body shape, but it looks masculine.
Yeah, but if you see photos of his wife, there's no way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, she's a little petite little thing. Now, if the shape of his wife was expanded, you would assume there would be a puffing effect. Like if they tried to edit how her body looked, it would have puffed out, but it does not. The man also appears to have what looks like a hood or extra piece of fabric between the suit and the helmet. And the dress that the wife was wearing didn't have anything that even came close to resembling that. Also, the spaceman's suit was solid white and the dress had very clear patterns on it from earlier that day. And I just feel like it'd be hard to get rid of the pattern without jacking everything else up.
Huh.
Sorry, I'm trying to watch for my dog in the pizza box. All right. So let's see here. Another obvious difference was the long sleeves in the spaceman compared to the complete lack of sleeves on Annie's dress that day. So there's a big differentiating factor. Another
Mm-hmm.
idea is that someone ran behind the girl unnoticed with remarkable timing and was gone before the shutter opened back up. Here's my biggest issue with this. The specific camera Jim used had a viewfinder and it has a lack of what is called instant return mirror. This means that every time the shutter button was pressed, the viewfinder would remain black until the wind knob at the top of the camera turned clockwise manually. Because of this, there was no reason to hold your camera on your face. So this is not one where you had to put in the peephole and take the photo. This was one that you could take the photo and still be looking up, and that's what he's doing as he's taking these photos. So he would have seen someone come through if that was in fact the case.
Unless the old ladies were knitting a white space suit, they were jazzercise. I don't even.
Oh yeah, totally tracks. Old ladies on the run.
Yes.
Now, a lot of people agree that the concept of a hoax was extremely unlikely, believe it or not. First of all, Jim was a professional fireman who worked for the government and was used to taking photos of crime scenes. So he was very experienced when it comes to taking photos, regardless. He was also a respected local beginner historian that had photos appearing in the region's newspaper along with stories that he wrote himself. So he had experience with a camera.
What was her name? The mother's?
Uh, Annie,
I just want to see what her dress looked like. Annie, what?
uh, uh, please hold. Templeton.
Okay. Oh, like Templeton, like Charlotte's Web.
Yes. Now, there have been a few very ridiculous theories coming from skeptics that I cannot help but laugh at, and I wanted to present those to you as well. So here's one.
Okay.
There was a life-size spaceman dummy or mannequin set up in the background.
All right.
A small doll was stuck on the backside of Elizabeth's head that made the photo blurry.
And it was just sitting there and nobody caught it before or after?
Exactly. My favorite is there was a doll stuck to the back of her head.
A doll? Oh, okay. I getcha.
A photo lab hoaxed the image during processing somehow, so well that no one else could duplicate it. Another one was a friend or relative was dressed up like the spaceman and posing behind her.
All right. Editors?
And the absolute worst, this one is phenomenal. A biker was out for a Sunday ride when he pulled over near the family, left all his gear on, and miraculously walked close to them at the exact moment when the photo was taken without anyone noticing. Let's see if we can get through. We're on the tail end here.
Gosh, I forget what I even asked.
So I want to get into some of the fringe-ish explanations just for a little bit of fun here.
Okay.
So for starters, some believe that he was an extraterrestrial traveler of humanoid variety. The spaceman had his invisible ship parked nearby, which scared all the animals out of the way. People believing this theory usually point out the daughter's initials make ET. They
I
also
do like
think that
that.
they also think that the ship may have been why all the animals were out of the way and huddled together in other areas out of fear. And then another one that I think is a good idea is that he was a time traveler from the future who was doing research on nuclear weapons and energy. It is said that if you look closely at the photo, you can see cooling towers of the Chapel Cross Atomic Power Station in the background, which you can. If you look at the zoomed out version,
Okay.
if you look at like behind him on like the skyline, you can see the power plant.
I see it. Though.
Yeah, I know. That would be nice. But they also say that sometimes people think that it's just some sort of ghost, which is a bit odd for the getup. They also say that he could have been visiting from a parallel universe and he just kind of bleeped over for a second.
I can hear you now.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. Oh my gosh, I am so sorry. I'm not going to play with that stuff right before recording ever again. That was not a good idea.
They also sometimes say that it could, oddly enough, be an angel or a god that they're seeing in the background. Some people are saying that.
I like that.
And some say he could be a psychic projection or an astral traveler or manifestation of someone doing remote viewing.
Okay.
I thought that one was pretty cool.
That's a theory.
So, another interesting encounter had to do with a long range missile testing project originating in Woomera, Australia, where a missile called Blue Streak was scheduled to be tested the same day the spaceman was captured on film. At the launch, the witnesses saw two unidentified men in the firing range that forced the launch to be halted. Once Jim's photos went viral for the Times, the witness said the person was identical to who they saw on the launch pad. Supposedly, two automatic surveying cameras also caught two large humanoid figures clad in white jumpsuits at the launch site. That being said, UFO author David Clark claims that he watched the footage and saw no such men at the landing site or at the launch site. Another interesting note was that reporters asked to review the footage from the attempted launch, but the only film was missing from the recordings that day. Convenient. And then multiple UFO sightings had actually been reported in the years prior to the failed launch as well. So there's a lot of activity with UFOs and people seeing weird stuff.
I feel like Kodak's in on this alien cover-up.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it seems like. But yeah, that's what I got. That's Solway Firth Spaceman. So after looking at the photo, what do you think?
I've been staring at it pretty much the whole time we've been recording since we've been having technical issues. I can't find it. I tried to look up a picture of what she was wearing that day because the black to the side does look like it could just be a person looking
Yeah, I had a hard time finding it. I couldn't.
like it looks like she could, if it was the mother that got overexposed, she could be looking to the left. But I wish I could see her actual dress.
Yeah. So when I looked at the photo, to me, it looked like someone, like they're scouting, you're right? They're sitting there, they got their hand on their hip and they're looking around. Like they're watching, they're looking for something. That's what I got out of the
Or
photo.
it could be the mother back there just like looking around, or, are we going to leave soon? Or
But there's no way this little petite lady looks like a buff dude in a white suit.
at first glance, but then if you look at it, how her arm is like pressed against the left of her left arm, you can almost see the straight part of it. And if you,
But it's still too
but it could be
muscular.
like blurriness. It could be her dress blowing slightly. Like there's a lot of variables. That's why
But she had no sleeves.
I wish I could see her dress like the original, and I can't find it.
I'm trying to remember. I feel like I saw a photo of it. It was in my research. So it's in one of the links that's going to be posted in the description that I think is where I found her dress. Like it was a picture of like, the whole family.
I'm not discounting it completely, but I wish I could see the whole roll of film. Like what was before, what was after.
Let me see if I can
Who's to say the
find.
father just didn't see like she could have just been behind it.
Okay, so this is, you can see a glimpse of it. I'm going to take a photo of my screen here.
Because a lot of the old timey cameras, when you look through them, you couldn't see everything around you. You could only see a percentage. So I'm wondering if she was there and he didn't see her back there.
But this is the thing. You don't peep through the hole to take a photo with the camera that was like he had the camera away from his face when he took the photo. And he was looking at his daughter. So unless it would have had to have been in the time it took him to blink is when this person would have showed up and disappeared. So the photo I just sent you, you can see the wife's dress in the photo.
Yes. It looks almost
That does not look anything like that
blue and
photo.
yellow patterned. And I'm trying to zoom in to see if I can see a pattern on this one at all. And it's so, it's going to be like, what's the blue and white or gold and yellow dress?
Oh yeah, the
Yeah,
black or
big
gold
debate.
dress. So it looks kind of checkered to me.
And then if you look at the white suit, you can't really.
With a big bow on the back.
It's so blurry though. There could be a pattern, but the overexposure could have like just covered most of it if that was what happened.
So for me, that doesn't look anything like the dress. I mean, that is clearly a muscular arm with what looks like a hood on the back and a fucking helmet. It almost looks like he's picking a wedgie.
Huh. That is very strange, but why aren't they publishing all of the photos?
Well, it's their family photo album. I wouldn't want to put all my photos out there.
He puts his daughter on the front page of the newspaper. I don't think he's that concerned.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean you want to unload your entire roll of film.
But just the few in that section, like a few before, a few after. It doesn't have to be like, grandpa's birthday cake, but it could be like just.
But at the same time, no, everybody would be like, oh, you took those photos later. Like, there was nothing anomalous in any other photo. That's why he only submitted the one that was weird. Otherwise, it's just a picture of his daughter. It's no big deal. Actually, let me see. I feel like there's might be one that's got. I mean, they did publish that one where you can clearly see the wife's dress in it.
Yes.
Did you just say something? Please tell me you just said something. Did you just like
No.
whisper something?
I told you I played with stuff I shouldn't have been playing
great.
with. And
Note to self, go back about 10 seconds because I swore I heard a woman whispering.
Oh my gosh.
That is so weird. All right, so here, I'm going to do this. I'm trying to get the color where you can see the color. And it looks nothing like the dress. They even put it next to each other.
And how would it look if, because I just don't get how they overexposed the back and not the little girl. Templeton overexposed and bloomed, caused her to transform.
The last one I just sent you was the recreation they tried to come up with next to the original. And you can see to make the dress white, you can clearly see that it is different. It made everything fuzzy in the background, but in the original, it is crystal clear. And if you were to contrast the photo to make that white super bright on the blue dress, the rest of the photo would have been super bright, but the girl is clearly in contrasted colors.
Yeah, that's really strange.
Yeah, so when you see them side by side, you can tell that it's clearly not the same dress. Like, it's not her.
So, in your opinion, it was an alien?
I am on the fence about whether or not it's an alien or maybe time traveler or maybe like a slip in the universe, like the parallel universe theory.
He just popped in and popped out?
Like, because he looks like he's just minding his own business looking around for stuff. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So what if it is just a slip and they're like a thinning of the veil?
You're going to hate my answer, but I think it's the mother. I don't know how they did it.
It is
I don't
not
know
the
how.
mother.
I'm racking my brain.
Well, if you can't go how, there's no evidence.
It looks almost like hands on the hip, like just like I could figure it out. They've been trying for how many, would you say, 50 years?
Yep.
And like I'm gonna crack the case during.
I agree. I do not agree that it is the mother, though.
Real. I don't know to what extent, but
I 100% believe that it is not the mother. I don't know what it is, but it's not the mother.
and then that family, did they have any other encounters?
I didn't see anything, but I know that area had a lot of UFO reports over the years.
So
But yeah, that's what I have for Solway Firth.
did the family have any other public encounters like that they shared with anything strange?
No, like I said, they didn't have anything that I could find that they had encountered, but that area had a lot of reports of UFO
Okay, I'm
sightings in it.
sorry, because a lot of it I've been missing today because our internet, the connection on my end is so bad today. So a lot of what you said was probably lost, never made it to me. But so the area is very active. And I know that you said something about some testing they were doing.
Correct.
What was that?
Yeah, there was uh, I think it was nearby, there was a missile launch and it got halted because there were white
That same
suited
day.
humanoid people down on the launch pad. Yeah, it was the same day that they took the photo.
Oh, so it could just be the guy that's down on the launch pad.
But remember, the men in black were asking if they saw where they saw the second man, and he was like, "I don't know what you're talking about." And then they got mad and dropped him off and ditched him.
That's a weird one. I think we'll never get enough information to actually tell. It's either something governmental or something out of this world that came here and they don't want anyone to know about it, or it's the mother. I know you don't like that one, but those are the three that I have bouncing around in my head.
Boo.
Huh.
Boo.
And the number guys are super weird.
Yep. Number 9 and number 11.
So do you think it was just a governmental cover up or someone? Because I know you don't think the mother, but that's still in my head a possibility. I just don't know how.
So that's the only reason that I lean more towards Alien because of the fact that there was Men in Black. If there weren't any Men in Black, I would have definitely leaned a little further away from Alien. But with the Men in Black involved, I feel like that definitely
Yeah.
kind of hints at government cover up. That's why the exposure or the negatives were missing, the questioning from the Men in Black, all this stuff going on. And I feel like that kind of adds credence to it.
And when was it just him and the two numbered men? But were coworkers around him?
So that was after the fact. He was at work and they rolled up in the limousine. after the photo was published.
Did coworkers see them?
So I don't see how they couldn't have.
Because if there were, to me, I always want to have a witness, or else I don't really believe it. Um, yeah.
Yeah, so it looks like once it started picking up and people were actually noticing the photo, that's when the Men in Black stepped in.
If we're going cover up, think about the numbers that the guys had too.
Which makes me go, cover up.
Just have all these maybes.
But yep, that's what I have on Solway Firth. So I guess we could wrap this bad boy up. I know we're having some connection issues anyway. That's what you get. So I had issues the other day, and it was because I found out that my son had a bunch of stuff in his room hooked to the internet.
I think I'm the only one home right now.
Oh, well, in that case. Well, you might not be the only one. You might have invisible friends.
I know. I don't know what I did. I gotta sage everything.
Well, all right. Well, we'll go ahead and we'll wrap this up. And I need to get in the shower. I smell like hospital.
So, ooh.
I'm getting ready to have me an alcoholic beverage. So it's going to be shower, alcoholic beverage,
right.
and cuddles. But all right, everyone, don't forget, check us out on Patreon. We got our video episodes on there. We've got all the social medias. If you have any topic requests, any stories you got going on, it's creepitweirdpodcast@gmail.com. Send those in. Don't forget to share with your friends, your family, strangers on the train, people in the grocery store. Spread us around as much as you can. We love all the stuff. Don't forget to make sure you contribute. Don't just view our stuff
all the
on
things.
socials. Go ahead, get in there. Let us know what you think Solway Firth is. But you got anything else to add?
Nope, that's it.
Yeah, do all the things. And we'll be here and we'll see you next week. But don't forget to creep it weird.
Bye.
Bye.